Alright, good morning, Get Bruceted people. We're going to change this. We're going to get Bruceted printing and car care. We're going to do a full wash on poor old Barry the Ute. I see what I can do. You can see he's pretty dusty. The engine bar clean out. Wash the clay bar. Take all the decals off. And see what I can do as far as I've bought myself a couple of presents to see what I can fix up on people's cars better than just a wash, which we'll go and have a look at now. So as you can see, I've bought this Rockwell Shop Series buffer, 600 watt, 180 mil diameter, $100. Was on special, missed out on the special. So I thought I'd give this a go and go and buy all the reviews. That's the pad it comes with. There it is there, Velcro fitting. Go and buy all the reviews. I reckon it's the best bang for buck. Okay, I don't expect it to last forever for $100, but we'll see how it goes on those little swirls and stuff we've got on the Ute. I bought this Tool Pro 3-piece polishing kit. Comes with a couple of different pads in it, plus a polishing lamb's wool buffer. So I'll try those out as well. I was told to get this. We'll see. I'll have a go at that. Should have gone the ultimate, I fear, but we'll see what that does. For the inside of the car, I've gone and bought this guy, a Bizzle Spot Clean. We'll give the carpets a go on that. Got a couple of different heads on it. It's got the crevice tool, this little corner, all different types of corners and edges, plus your normal flathead. So we'll give that a go, see how that works out. So we'll post up a few more videos as the progress goes along. I'll go get the Ute in. So we're going to do some decal removal. In fact, we're taking them all off. And getting back to clean skin. So we can apply new ones. So I'm just going to show you the process on how to remove your decals, and if you get stubborn decals, depends on how long the decals have been on there. Some can be pretty stubborn, so you've got to use a heat gun. I'll try and do that while holding this camera. But it's a good thing to have you, before removing the decals, having it out in the sun, because that heats up the vinyl, which makes it easier to get off, unless you do that. It's genuine decal, genuine vinyl, really thin. So if it's not heated up enough, or you go too hard too fast, it'll just rip. As you can see there, it's not too bad to take off. This one's been on here probably 2 weeks. Barry gets to sit out in the sun all the time. He hasn't got room in the shed, so he cops a beating. So that was pretty easy, that was an easy one. A couple of weeks old. You can see how dirty the car is. But I'll fix that up after I get all the rest of these decals off. So we'll go ahead and get all the rest of them off. If I come across a hard one, I'll do another video. You can see that one has come off pretty well. Get some glue residue, but you've got to clean all that off as well. So that was only on there about 2 weeks. This one's been on maybe about 6 weeks. I tried to start peeling it off, and it keeps ripping pretty consistently. So that's when you bring out the heat gun. Just want to give it a few waves over, and it's turned on. What we're trying to do is heat that vinyl up. Now I wouldn't put this on a customer's car, but it's my ute, so and that heats up the vinyl a bit better. I'm sure there's tools or blades or something you can use to pick it up. I just use my fingernails. And as you can see, a little bit of heat makes it a bit easier to get off. When you get to a part where you haven't heated up, give it another blast. You don't have to go too close. All you're trying to do is heat that vinyl up a bit. Or it's actually heating the adhesive behind the vinyl, so it can come off a bit easier. If you overheat it, it'll just rip as you're pulling it off. Because you've made it too soft. So I'll give it a kiss of heat. You can start feeling where the glue's getting stuck. You know, it's still which you want on a good vinyl. You want good adhesive. The vinyl stays on there. Just keep going around, working your way up and down. So we'll give it a second so the heat comes out of the vinyl. So instead of getting all those little tiny rips all the time, it all comes off. Missed a little bit. So you can see the glue residue that it leaves behind. If you don't get all that off before you put your next decal on, it'll show through the vinyl. So that's using the heat gun just to give it a bit of heat. So I'll go ahead and get all the rest of that off. Okay, so they're off. See where it was. I just want to add too that I don't get paid by any of these mobs that they want to promote their vinyl and what have you, all their tools, all that sort of gear. I'm just your average bloke with a small printing business with his wife. Get Bruceted printing, and now car care. So I don't get paid by anyone to do this. Take decals off and put vinyl on and all that, unless the customer pays me to put their vinyl on for them. But I certainly don't get any sponsorship or anything like that. I just do it because I want people to just see ways of doing what they need to do. I'm certainly no professional, don't claim to be. So I may be doing things wrong in the professional's eyes, but as you can see, all the decals are off. Now I'm going to start on the window ones. I use a razor blade just to pick up the edges on these. You can still use your fingertips. Same process. These ones have been on here, I'd guess at 8 months. Actually, it was all 4-day last year, so it'd be even longer. It's only 12 months. So we'll see how easy they come off. If I have any trouble, just back to the heat gun, or if you haven't got a heat gun, a hairdryer does the same thing. You just want to heat that vinyl up a little bit. Okay, we'll get on to them. Alright, got the ones off the glass. As you can see, it leaves lines around where the decals were. I tried to use a blade just to pick up the edges of this one, and that's what a blade does compared to your fingernails, but that's residue, it's got to come off. Now for that, we use this stuff. So I don't use it on the sticker itself because generally a bit of heat will get the sticker off. I use it for the residue. And need a little bit. If you leave it on there, it eats into it. Just rub it around the area. It'll work its magic for a minute. Give it a towel. I'll pull the stickers off before I wash the car because you need to wash it all over. As you can see there, no more lines compared to there. Comes off really easy. So, on to the next ones. Put all those side decals. This one's been on the longest time, nearly 3 years. So we'll see how we go with getting that one off. Okay, all stickers are off. Took me a couple of hours. An hour and a half. It's time to get it outside. Give it a bit of a wash. As you can see, there's still lines and everything on there from the glue. So, pour old Barry a good wash over. Alright, I'm going to clean the inside first. Didn't look too bad. Mind you, I've only ever vacuumed it, I haven't cleaned it as a carpet cleaner. But we'll see how much dirt we get out of that. I don't know what that is, I'll have to get some stuff under that. But we'll give it a vacuum out. Then I'll hit it with that bizzle and see what goes on there. Well, I've had a crack at this. Pity I didn't show you the mats before I did them. But you get an idea of, I'll find my torch, and what the inside looks like after it's been done. There was a big stain in the middle of that seat. It's come out pretty bloody good. Pretty happy with that bizzle spot cleaner. Now just got to do all the trim. The other side was a bit, exactly like the before. You see spots and We'll just see how that comes up versus the stains in the seats versus the other side. Geez, I'm impressed. So we'll see how that goes. Well, I must say I'm pretty impressed with how this thing works. With just one go over, it looks pretty bloody good. Most of the stains out of the seat. The mats look great. I'll put up photos of what this seat looked like beforehand and now after. This is just one go over it. Can't help the cigarette burns. That doesn't wash out. And then to look at the water, they were pretty clean seats, I thought. And then to look at the water, oh jeez, just when you think it's clean. And that's, yeah. Hey, I'm going to have to clean that out now. Got to clean the cleaner. Pretty impressed. So now I'll get the, just going to attack the trim, get all that back to looking pretty good. Then I'll give it a wash and I'll do all the insides of the scuff plates and your doors and what have you. Get all that looking pretty clean again. And the outside, then we'll start the polish. I'm pretty excited about getting the polishing done. See if I can remove some swirls. But yeah, the Bizzle Spot Clean Auto Mate, 5 out of 5 for me. Okay, all the trim's done. Your kick plate thing. Wipe the camera lens so it might be a bit better. Alright, so the inside's looking pretty good now. For that we used what I think is the best trim and plastic restorer out. Others, again, I don't get paid by these guys, I just like their product. So, next on the hit list. Still, sun's beating down out here, so I'm trying to put off getting out there and burnt to a cinder, washing the car. You wouldn't believe this is done how many Ks? He's not going to tell me 280,000, no, it's more than that. What have we done? Yeah, 282,000 Ks. Poor old beast, 2011 Ute. She comes up looking alright. So yeah, gonna give it a wash now on the outside. But yeah, like I said, bloody hot out there, so I can wash it. I'll have to get it back in and dry it and do a clay bar. But I might clean up the engine bay first. Trying to get to the middle of the afternoon. That's what happens when you leave your Ute sitting out the front and don't use it because you're too busy driving 2 GTs. Poor old Ute gets neglected, so he's on charge. Making sure that battery's all charged up again. So yes, too busy driving that thing and that thing. So yeah, old Barry the Ute. Yeah, I want to take the engine bay before I get out there in the sun. We'll see how that goes. So I'll give you a bit of a wash. Use some snow foam. Actually, I had a crack at this new stuff. Mega Snow. Smells nice. And yeah, so give it a wash. And then I brought it in and I want to clay bar it. Well, what I use is Bowden's clay pad. But I want to decontaminate the paint first. So I use a bit of the 3-way. You can use that as a clay lube and a wax remover. But yeah, just going to decontaminate. I've already done the bonnet, the front bar. You know when you got iron deposits when it turns purple? So you spray it on, leave it for, I don't know, a minute, 2 minutes. And especially on a YK, you see it turn purple, it's unreal. So I've done the bonnet, front bar, front guard, the doors, even did the windscreen. So I'm up to the roof, the sill, and I'm about to do the tray. I haven't done this side yet. And once I decontaminate it, I'll take it back out for a wash again. Wash all that off. And then the paint's all nice and smooth. Then I'm gonna get to have a crack at this buffer. Try and get rid of some of the swirls. I'll show you that when I wash it down. I'll show you what the swirls are, and I'll hopefully be able to show you I've paint corrected it a bit and see how we go. So this is the clay pad, Bowden's clay pad. I used to use a bit of soapy water as a lube. I don't like using the 3-way as a lube because it's too bloody expensive to use that as a decontaminant and a lube. So all I'm doing here is making the paint nice and smooth with the clay bar. You can hear it. It takes off any stuff you don't think you don't realise is still on the paint. You need to do this before you polish, apparently. We'll see how we go. So it all comes out nice and smooth. Yeah, that's it. Makes the job a lot easier, better than the clay bar itself. I've got a clay bar there. It's better than the clay bar because you drop this on the ground and it's done. You chuck it in the bin. You drop the pad on the ground and you just need a bucket of water and you wash it down and it comes up like brand new. I've been told you get about 50 odd cars out of this, so I've probably done eight cars, but yeah, still going strong. Okay, so it's all washed down now again. So now we can actually have a look to see. It looks pretty good on the camera, but If you're in real life, I tell you, it's not that crash hot. So this is the roof. So it'd be interesting to see how well this stuff works. There's plenty of blemishes in that. A fade where the old sticker was. Plenty of swirls and scratches. So we'll see how that goes. Never walk backwards when you're filming. Trippy trippy. So I've had a go. That's what it looked like. You can certainly see a difference there. And this is just the first go at it. So it certainly makes a difference. I think it might be a little bit hot. It is bloody hot at the moment. But yeah, seems to work all right. I think I might try on the other side of my tape the ultimate instead of just the polish compound. I'm not going to get the stone chips out obviously, but yeah, I can still see a few tiny little scratches in it, so I probably need the compound to get those out, the ultimate compound. But yeah, pretty good, pretty good. Alright, so this is what it did look like. All those major swirls, big scratches, hazy look, and that's where the sticker was, you can see that. And then we'll go over to this side of the tape, and I've got a lot of the swirls out with whatever it's called, with the polishing compound. But what I think I need to do for those deeper scratches, which we can see in there, certainly not going to, like that one there, you're not going to get the stone chips out, there's nothing I can do about that. But it's got rid of a lot of the swirls. We'll probably go over it a few more times too. And that's only the first run. So I haven't done a second boat with the other pad or the finishing pad. So, you know, I look at that to that and there's a big difference. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. It's just, it won't get the big scratches out, I don't think. Well, you know, those deeper ones. I don't expect it to perform miracles. I'm only a noob at this. But there's certainly a difference.